Well, hello, woke knitters. I'm very sorry that I ruined your party by posting the original Westknits Mystery Knit Along Clue 1 and the original video on my Substack, which is Carlyn, KARLYN.substack.com. You can find a link to it in my bio somewhere. I also posted the original video on YouTube, which means it's also posted on Rumble and Odyssey, and I still have a copy of it. So no matter what you guys try to do to get it down, it will always exist somewhere for people who want to knit it. Now, I want to talk a little bit about why I did this, just to be very, very clear. And then I want to talk about the irony of the leftist, woke, social justice knitting squad that I'm not even sure they understand their own ideology enough to really understand why I did this. You recognize some of those shawls hanging on the wall behind me? Got some other ones. Not doing a very good job of showing them off, but I think you get the point. I'm not just some person off the street. In fact, wait, here's my band shawl right now. I've been knitting Westknit shawls for the better part of the last decade and knit him almost exclusively, and am honestly really, really sad that I don't know that I'll be able to knit him again after this. I'm really sad. You know, I kind of made a little name for myself in 2020 when I accidentally went viral on the internet for going to a Trump rally, and it was because of the knitting wars. I had no idea about any of your leftist social justice bullshit before 2019. I had no idea. And then I saw the knitting wars happen before my very eyes, woke up to the political side that I was on, left the Democratic Party, went to a Trump rally, posted about it on the internet, etc., 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 etc. I bring this up because I really respected Stephen West for not participating in the knitting wars. And it was funny because after my Trump rally article went viral on the internet, I got a note from Stephen's mother. She read my article. How funny is that? She reached out and she said, Carlyn, Stephen never wanted to be involved in this. He just wanted to knit. And I said, I knew that because he wasn't really participating in it. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand that Stephen's probably on the left. I understand that his business partner is extremely woke. But you know what? People are allowed to have different political opinions. I'm not going to punish someone because they have different political views than me. And by the way, woke knitters, I'm not a conservative. So you can wipe that right out of your brain. I don't care if people are gay. I don't care if people are trans. I don't care if they're non-binary. I don't care if they're drag queens. I don't care if they're black, brown, whatever. Jewish. Don't care if they're Jewish. My point is this. I really respected Stephen for not ever getting involved. It's just about knitting. That's all I really wanted to do too. And the Westknits Mystery Yarn Along is legitimate, or Knit Along rather, not the Yarn Along, that's earlier. But the Westknits Mystery Knit Along is legitimately one of my favorite things of the year. And this year, not only did your bullshit and nonsense ruin it, but me asking Stephen a question about why he couldn't give people a choice about which pattern they were knitting got me blocked by him on Instagram. Now, again, I don't care if Stephen has a different opinion than me, but without so much of a word, a customer of 10 years, I have spent tens of thousands of dollars knitting his patterns. Thousands of dollars in his store, if not tens of thousands of dollars. I have knit almost every single Westknits Mystery knit along. I have knit a really large portion of his back catalog. I've done classes with him. I've gone to events with him. I even have pictures of him somewhere on this here Instagram. And so I'm more than a little pissed that for asking, why can't people have a choice? Because not everyone sees what you see. In fact, I'm convinced that very few people actually see what you see. I don't see a hate symbol. I don't know anyone who does see a hate symbol. In order to see a hate symbol in this pattern, you have to squint your eyes and turn your head and really, really, really want to see a hate symbol, which wouldn't surprise me because I'm betting that half of the woke knitters that attack Stephen West over this are legitimate anti-Semites that support Palestine. We'll talk about that in a second. So isn't it ironic that the people that are most likely to be legitimately anti-Semitic are the ones that are canceling Stephen West, saying he had a hate symbol targeting the Jews in his shawl? It's almost as though they see their hate everywhere, isn't it? It's almost as though they can't imagine not seeing something to cancel him for. Now, the truth is, that we all know that the woke knitting brigade has been trying to find a reason to cancel Stephen West forever, and it was bound to happen. But I'm more than a little annoyed that I'm really, Stephen should have damn well known better. He's way bigger than this. Could have survived this easily. And I'm annoyed he didn't make it harder for them. I really am. Because it's not as though he's ignorant as to what's happened. I'm sure he absolutely knows. And he could have said, no, I'm sorry, I don't see that. None of my test knitters saw it. None of the people who helped me with this pattern or this project or any of it saw it. No one in this process has seen what you see. You're trying to gaslight me. Because that's what you guys are doing. That's what the cancel mob always does. You're trying to gaslight people. You're trying to gaslight Stephen West into believing he did something wrong when he did not do something wrong. And he should have been stronger, and he should have stood up to you. But not only did he not stand up to you, he ended up blocking me. And I'm actually really upset about this. I really, really am. I really am. When you block a customer that is... I've never done anything to him except give him my money. And knit his shawls and post pictures of them on the internet and talk about how amazing he is. I've literally never done anything to this guy except ask the question, why couldn't we have a choice? Block. Well, he removed my comment and then he blocked me because you guys know he's removing any comments that disagree with him, right? Isn't that nice? I bet all the customers that he's developed over the years that have a problem with this feel really great about that. You know, Stephen's job... People like Stephen is an artist. I think we can all acknowledge that, right? He is an artist, but he also has a job, and that job is to give me a delightful fucking knitting experience, and to give you a delightful fucking knitting experience. It's not his job to talk to me about politics. It's not his job to pontificate. The reason I pay Stephen West money, or rather paid Stephen West money, is because he gives me a delightful knitting experience that I don't have to think about when I'm not working. And not only did he not give me a delightful knitting experience, by kind of ruining my favorite knitting thing of the year, he blocked me for asking him why couldn't people have a choice. Well, you know what, Stephen? You know what? You want to spit in my face after I've put thousands of dollars in your pocket? You want to do that? What I'm going to do is utilize every skill that I know to fight back against woke leftist cancel culture bullshit. And I'm going to protest this. You guys understand that, right? You leftists understand protest. You guys understand protest better than anyone. I'm protesting this. I'm protesting your treatment of, first of all, your test knitters. Because how many hours were spent by people knitting this shawl and no one ever noticed there was a hate symbol because there's not. I'm protesting how you treated your test knitters by disrespecting their time. I'm protesting how you treated customers like me who have put thousands of dollars in your pocket and never done anything but support you and just wanted to fucking knit. I'm protesting how you treated everyone that spoke up. I'm protesting for every person's comment that you removed that you didn't consider. Because you know what, Stephen? It's not that I don't sympathize with you being canceled. It's really not. I love how I switched from talking to the knitters to talking to Stephen. Well, I guess there's a reason for that. And who knows if he'll ever watch this, but whatever. Stephen, you have a lot of people that support you. You have a lot of people that love you. You could have stood up and said no. You could have respected the time that people put into it. You could have respected the money people put into it. You could have just shown a little bit more gratitude for people. You know, you said in your video that you didn't want to dismiss anyone's lived experience, blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what? It's important not to dismiss anyone's lived experience, but what about ours? Why do we get to be dismissed? Who are you, a cisgendered white man, dismissing a woman who has done nothing but put money in your pocket? In this case, Stephen, you're the bourgeois and I'm the fucking proletariat. Yeah, I know your ideology, bro. I do. So, all you had to do was say no. All you had to do was say, I'm sorry, I don't see what you see. All you had to do was say, I'm really sorry you see that. Here's an alternate pattern that you can use. And everyone gets to choose, and we're not going to, like, you all know I don't hate people. This is not what we see. This is not what any of my test knitters saw. I'm very sorry if you see that, but I've got an alternative for you. And I promise there would have been a lot less people who are seeing what you see, or what they've tricked you into seeing, Stephen, because you don't even see it. No one really sees this thing. This is what's so bizarre about this entire fucking thing. No one actually sees a hate symbol in a shawl. We see a goddamn pinwheel. But no, you have to pretend you see a hate symbol to bend the knee to a mob that wants to cancel you. There are a lot less of them than there are of us, and I am very sad that you're probably going to find that out. And I don't think that I think you're going to get canceled or anything. I don't. You're way too big for that, but why did you have to spit in our faces, bro? Easiest thing in the world. Just don't get involved. Here's the last thing I'm going to say, and I alluded to this at the beginning. You know what the most ironic thing of this whole ban shawl thing is that right now there's an actual conflict. There's an actual conflict involving the Jews, of course. And we all know what I'm talking about. And you know what's ironic is that social justice leftists aren't on the side of Israel in this. They're on the side of Palestine. Isn't that ironic? Isn't it ironic that you have a bunch of social justice leftists claiming to see something that they actually support? A lot of the social justice leftists who canceled Stephen West don't believe that Israel should exist. They're not Zionists in any way, shape, or form. Ask them who they support in the conflict. You'll find out right quick. Now me, I'm in the middle on it. I think Israel has done some messed up shit. I think Palestine's done some messed up shit. Palestine's done a lot of messed up shit in the last week, but if we're honest about it, Israel's done a lot of messed up shit that made Palestine do a lot of messed up shit, and now there's going to be a whole big war about it, and it's probably going to become a world war, and we're probably all going to die, yay! But my point is this. The people screaming anti-Semitism are probably the biggest anti-Semites in the bunch, if they understand their own ideology. And if they don't, they're just pretenders who you shouldn't listen to anyway, because they're just participating in an outrage mob. You're not required to see anything just because someone demands you do. You're certainly not required to knit or not knit a specific pattern because someone else has a problem with it. And none of your customers should ever be, like, dismissed. Because, again, Stephen, your only job is to give us a delightful knitting experience. And you could have gotten through this cancel mob and still given us a delightful knitting experience. I'm really sorry it happened to you, bro. I really am. I've been through it many times. So have many other people that you've watched get canceled. It sucks. Let's not pretend otherwise. But that doesn't excuse you spitting in the face of so many of your loyal customers who are now coming to my website and my Instagram and my YouTube channel to get the stuff that they damn well should have gotten from you. I'm sorry you went through this, but that's no excuse for spitting in the face of people who supported you. So that's why I did it. You want to spit in our faces? Why should we respect your wishes at all? I'm really sad this happened, but it is what it is. All right, guys, take care. We'll see you soon.